fabulous.
Thank you, Kim.
Okay. Like the pumpkin spice.
Fall, feeling fall.
Yes.
Yeah.
She said that it's pumpkin spice season. It's not.
It officially is.
Just because they sell it doesn't mean that
Yeah,
it's
I
season.
agree. When it's 110 degrees out, it's hard to get excited about pumpkin spice.
Right.
I mean, I'm with you, but we don't make this. This is all Starbucks.
I'm saying
we all think about pumpkin spice season because of Starbucks. And if they say it's pumpkin spice,
there's a time of year where you want that. You crave that taste and
I
that
don't.
smell. I'm talking to her. You're not normal. This is not that time of year. We're still, I want to smell like sunblock and smell barbecue.
it's margarita season.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I know you just digressed way into a pool, but I'm going to bring you back now.
Okay.
I was going to say that Andrew, you are so Ohio.
Yeah.
Oof.
I know it's bad.
Yikes.
I'd rather be Ohio than Utah.
You know, Ohio is the new alpha phrase.
I have a 10-year-old.
Oh, so
I know Riz, Skibbity Toilet. Okay,
Does he call you Ohio?
does he
hold
call
on.
you Ohio?
He don't really. I hear an echo. I don't know if it's my mic.
Can definitely hear yours clanging around.
Hello. Okay, there we go. No, it's a misnomer. They don't use it, Ohio.
Oh, they don't?
Yes, adults think that they do, but they don't use
So
it.
how do they use Ohio?
If it would just be you're so Ohio, or you are Ohio, you have Ohio Riz. Ohio is bad. It's negative. Just like Utah. Utah is bad. It's negative.
Is there like a good state like Hawaii?
No,
there's
nothing
not
is
a
good. It's only
I'm
bad.
like your dress is so Hawaii.
Thank you.
That's not how slang works.
No, that's not it.
No.
Riz
No.
is good.
Yeah. Do you know how to
Aura?
mew?
Excuse me, what was that?
Do you know how to mew?
What's a mew?
Mew is you.
So this is you're trying to like shape
Yeah,
your
you're
jawline.
showing your-
Oh.
So
That's
you can
mewing.
look
Oh, you're
That's
mewing?
mewing.
alpha.
Why
What
would
is
you
it?
mew?
It's like it's a positive. You do something cool, like if you're playing video games with your friends and you got an elimination, you would mew it up.
Never do that again.
I feel so old.
I see it.
I know.
I see it 10 times a day.
we go okay.
It's different generations.
Peace.
But everything
The
is
mew's
skibbity.
weird.
Yeah, the mew is weird.
Well, that's
And
because like you're trying to get your whole chin thing going.
Oh, yeah.
on. I mean your jawline.
they'll do this.
Yes.
And they're showing their jawline. Skibbity toilet, that means everything.
Yeah.
Skibbity toilet is positive. Skibbity toilet is negative. It doesn't matter. It can be used in any way, shape, or form. Like the F word. You can use it however you want.
Oh, I've never thought about it that way. Because your nephew said like you came back from a visit and you're like everything's like skibbity toilet.
Everything's skibbity toilet. He told me the kids don't say Ohio Riz. If you say that, you're lame.
Right. I told you. You don't
Yeah.
say Ohio anymore. Now,
Yeah.
you can be a Rizzler. You can be
Sure.
the Rizzler.
You can be risen.
That's when they
Rizzler. Is that like the Hamburglar?
The Rizzler is like the kid in school that has the most pull with the opposite sex.
So it'd be like me.
Sure,
Yeah.
you were the Rizzler of your day.
I went to an all girls school.
Not much Riz going on there. Well, maybe some
Who knows?
hidden Riz.
God, you are so bad.
Forbidden Riz? Isn't
Yes.
that it?
Did I tell you about? I asked this guy out to take me to prom.
You asked a guy?
Yes, I
Look
did.
at that. How did it go?
Because he was just so good looking, so good looking.
Do you remember his name?
Yes, his name was Harry.
Harry.
Okay, and so I had like a major crush on Harry.
Let's slow down before we advance in the story. How were you seen at school? Were you a popular girl? Were you?
I was class president,
Okay, so you were popular.
No
okay.
one's surprised.
but it was an all girls school.
She probably bought the election.
I did, but that's not important anymore.
Fair enough.
Okay. So I asked Harry out, and and Harry and I would we would go like skateboarding together
Aw.
and go horseback riding together. So I thought maybe this would go to like he could take me to
Yeah.
prom.
Right.
So I asked Harry, I said, Harry, would you take me to prom? And he's like, absolutely not.
Oh.
And I'm like, why not? And he's like, Kim, I'm not going to take you to prom. You got to go find somebody else. And so I was like really hurt by that.
Of course.
And so probably about 10 years ago, I'm sitting at my desk and Jackie says, you have a call from Harry. And I'm like, I don't want to give his last name. I'm like, Harry? And she's like, yeah, he said that you guys were friends in high school. And I'm like, yeah, I know Harry.
She still heard about prom.
Like, I don't know if I want to talk to Harry.
She starts fixing her hair immediately, even though it's a phone call.
That's Harry, even though I'm married. So I said, "Hey, Harry, what's going on? How you been?" And he's like, and so he's like this. He's got a big business going on, and he tells me everything. And he said, he goes, all these years, and now I'm listening to you. I hear you on the radio, and he goes, all these years. I thought to myself, I must have hurt your feelings when you asked me to take you to prom, and I said no. And he said, the reason why, he said, is that I was gay.
Oh, Harry.
And he said, I didn't know how to tell you that.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, okay, Harry, I'm glad you told me.
Kim still got it.
The Rizzler strikes again.
And on that happy note, we should probably do a podcast.
Maybe.
It's Kim Komando Today. It's your fun podcast about all things digital. And just a quick reminder to like, comment, share, subscribe. You want to smash that button? Is that it?
Yeah, but we just can't remember. If we want it to light up on the bottom, we just have to say subscribe and give it a beat.
Okay.
Then the button lights up and it triggers people to use it.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I wish I could do that here in the studios. Like if I said a certain word, would light a fire under everybody's ass to work a little bit harder.
You
What
could.
word would it be?
Downsizing.
It worked.
Hey, always working better.
Gotta go. And I'm giving away a brand new iPhone 16. You want to go to winfromkim.com. Once again, that's winfromkim.com. Now, Kim Komando Today, it's a special day because our very own amazing content queen, Allie Seligman, you have not been here for ever.
I know. It's like I
Slacker.
forgot what you two looked like. Just kidding. I see you every day. But yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Where
I
you
missed.
been? Unacceptable.
I've been around.
Whatever it is, it's unacceptable.
She went on vacation.
I was in vacation. Yeah, I went to Mexico.
Ooh.
Then
and then
I-
they wouldn't let you come back?
No,
Well,
tell him that. You have to tell him about what you did. Okay.
what did I do?
You were on a raft and you vomited in the ocean.
Mexico dumps enough of their sewage in our ocean. I'm glad you're getting them back.
I get sick in cars. I get sick. I
Okay.
get motion sick pretty bad. I got on a tube and went to float in the ocean and thought this surely will be great.
Sure, it's just an inner tube on a bunch of waves.
It was great for 5 minutes, and then I had to upchuck over the side of the tube.
Were you fine after that, or did you
I
abandon
wasn't
ship?
great.
No.
I got off the tube.
Oh,
I went
I'm
and laid
sorry.
down.
I feel
Thanks
bad
for bringing
you.
that up on the podcast, Kim.
Yeah.
I love that for us.
That's our topic this week. Places you've puked before.
Yeah, the ocean.
I think you need to have one of those unicorn floats.
I love those. I could puke off the unicorn. And the worst part was the water was so clear and beautiful.
Not anymore.
And it was like, oh, there it is.
You could see it all, all the fish.
I don't think we need to go there.
Oh, you're right.
It was chumming. She was
You,
chumming.
you brought this up, to be clear. And then I got really sick. And now I'm better and I'm back.
Oh, did you get sick on vacation?
On the way home, I think it was the plane. That's
All right.
where they always get
Yeah,
you.
they get you.
It's the
I know.
worst sick on vacation.
And so what are you talking about today?
Photos. I'm a nostalgic person just in general, but I've had some deep photo nostalgia, and I have a better way to find old pictures.
Yay. Good for you. All right, what do you got?
Fees. We get more fees. Are you guys excited? It's more fees.
So, Ohio.
That is
very
Ohio.
Ohio.
Skibbity toilet.
Yeah, skippity toilet. You know what? I think tonight, when Barry and I are having a glass of wine or something, I'm going, you are so a skippity toilet.
Will he be offended? Will he be happy? Will he be
he'll be like,
confused?
what are you talking about? Is there something wrong with the toilet?
I'll call the plumber.
This stupid contractor.
Wife says it's all skibbity in there. You need to come over and fix it.
Yeah. Yeah, there are those days.
Sometimes.
Sometimes
Sometimes you're in the ocean.
But he is so cute sometimes. I mean, so yesterday I came home from work and he's like, I just missed you.
He said that to you?
Yeah, and I
Okay.
he said, all last week when we were in Santa Barbara, he said, I got to see you all day long. Oh, I know.
That is sweet.
Isn't that great?
And then you're like, call my secretary. We'll set up a time we can have dinner.
And it's hard for me to yell at him like, did you do this?
That's why we do those things.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, so we get less yell. We're still going to get yelled at. But we get a little yell.
Yeah, because then it's you can't really say did you call the gardener to make sure that all this happened?
Yeah,
And
he
how
just
come
told you how pretty you are.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's not
I'll do it for you, honey.
So I don't know if you know this, but Google's incognito mode was not really incognito. Is that a shocker?
Not at all. Absolutely not.
They sure pretended like it was.
Yeah, they did. Didn't they? I mean, they would say, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But the only place it's on incognito from is on the PC that you're on. Like people in the household, if you shared a computer, wouldn't be able to see your history, right?
No. Now they have to pay, I don't know, $5 billion or some big number like that.
That's a hefty fine.
Because incognito mode, well, it meant that not exactly incognito because your ISP knew everything that you were doing.
Which I assumed.
Okay. And then also any website hosting companies that you were using, they knew that. And also all the companies that you were looking at in the browsing history, they also knew what you were doing.
So you're just hiding it from your wife. That was it.
From your wife, and you're making it so maybe you're Googling your latest rash, Andrew. That's not going to end up like in your algorithm.
Right.
You didn't have to bring up the rash. He stopped itching.
That's true.
Yeah, I got a
proud of you.
solve. I'm good.
Do you mean salve?
No.
What did you just
yeah.
say?
Solve.
Solve?
I was trying to remember the line from Seinfeld. Was it balm on Seinfeld?
I think it was balm.
Who told you to put the balm on it? I didn't tell you to put the balm on it. I mixed them up.
Solve.
No, but really, you were savvy to know that incognito did not mean private. Most people weren't.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just know that it's basically in-house.
Did they fix it? Is it incognito? Because they put up this little thing about not being transparent or
Well,
transparency.
now there's
and-
this little thing that pops up that essentially says all that stuff. This isn't actually private. Your ISP can still see it. The network you're on, blah, blah, blah.
But it's just logic. I mean, your ISP has to know where you're going because you're using your ISP to get there.
That's not how the human brain works,
That's fair.
Andrew.
All
Yeah,
right.
you say incognito, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
So what about all the ones that are on the App Store that you can get, the private browsers? I'm going to assume exactly the same thing.
Well, it really depends on their terms and conditions and their privacy policies. There's really, you can't say like everyone has private
Flat,
browsing
right.
router. And
Some of them work, though.
Okay.
It's the same as browsing through a VPN.
VPN,
It hides
right.
you.
now, I have a confession to make.
Uh-oh.
I have never, ever been to a Chick-fil-A.
What?
Huh.
No, what's
That
the
makes
reasoning?
sense to me.
Health reasons?
Yes.
Okay.
You think Kim is eating a fried chicken sandwich?
No.
I guess they have like grilled nuggets.
But she had a child. I mean, I've been to Chick-fil-A many times and not
That's
eaten
true.
there
That's
because
true.
I have children.
Yeah.
No, we wouldn't go to Chick-fil-A.
Ian definitely had Chick-fil-A.
I'm sure he has. The reason why I bring it up is that they are going to start their own streaming service.
Right, that's logical.
Makes sense. I can see that like fried chicken sandwich and French fries.
Yeah.
And a streaming service.
What are we going to do with all that
Dinner and a
leftover
movie.
chicken? Let's start making movies. That's a great idea.
I think they should call it Chick Flicks.
That's not bad. That's actually not bad.
Yeah,
'cause
that's not
I
bad.
read the article. They don't have it named yet, but they're expected to launch it this year.
Oh,
This
they're
year's
leaving
only
that
got
till-
like 4 months
Well,
left.
you know, Chick-fil-A, they're not open on Sundays because the owners are very religious.
Right.
So
And
I
that-
imagine,
and that's gonna be the theme
yeah,
of
I
the
imagine
stream.
that's what it's going to be.
Family
It's gonna be
friendly.
family friendly.
And
Yeah.
all that other good stuff. And, well, so is Disney Plus.
No, it's not.
I know. I know. Until now, it's like you got everything under the sun
Right.
sitting there. So if you got your kids on Disney Plus and you're thinking like, oh,
Let
they're
'em
just-
loose.
Yes, just let
But
them
the
go.
age restrictions work on Disney Plus. I have it set up so anything TV 14 and under is available, and everything after that is blocked. So
Oh,
my
nice.
kids do not have access to it.
And they don't know how to change the password.
No, but also I'm not letting them sit there in a closet all by themselves watching Disney Plus.
That's
I'm
good.
around.
That's good. You know, so we talked about Ian's AirPod Maxes
yeah.
that they're in Cameroon, Africa. News out this past week is that if you are riding around on your bike or hiking or walking with your AirPods Max on, those are like $500. Is that people are just walking by and going,
Because they're that valuable.
yes. So you want to be careful where you watch them.
So don't wear them. Go buy them, but then just leave them in the box because
Wear 'em at
someone's
home
going
in
to
your
steal
closet.
them. Yes.
Yeah, there
While
you
you're
can do
watching
that.
Disney Plus.
And finally, this story out of Tokyo. This is unbelievable to me. So they have developed what they're calling the AI scientist in Tokyo. It's kind of like ChatGPT, but it's only for scientific research. It's the only thing that's for. Okay. And so some scientists there, they said, okay, we have a problem. They didn't say what the problem was, but we have a problem, and we're going to give it to the AI scientist to solve this problem within 6 weeks. Okay, we're just going to let it go. And, and as it has questions, it's going to ask the scientists. They're going to give it more data. When it requests more data, it goes back and forth. Okay. So 6 weeks goes by, and the AI scientist did not come up with a solution to the problem that the scientist posed to this AI chatbot. So instead of saying, I didn't make the deadline, the AI scientist was smart enough to know that if he didn't make the deadline, that he might be fired. So instead, he went in, and I say he, went in and changed the deadline to give himself another 4 weeks.
Pretty evil.
Okay.
I don't love that.
Isn't that something?
Well, first of all, the fact that it's sitting there going, I can't figure this out, but I need to have a solution. Here's my solution. I mean, that is human right there. That's something a human would do immediately.
Totally. Also, the idea that it valued its job, like,
Yes.
that's such a human concept too.
I wonder if it told anybody. Like when they came and said, hey, you have to solution, it was like, nuh-uh, look at the calendar. It's 4 weeks from
I
now,
thought you
Tom.
meant-
I,
Was it
I
like-
think, you know what? It did do something.
So it called out the humans for being wrong
Yes.
because
Yes.
its new deadline was
Oh
set
my
for 4
gosh.
weeks.
And so then the next logical question too is like, what if it locks out the humans?
Yeah, so they can't see it. It has the ability to, and it has the process to think that way.
Isn't that crazy?
It's cool if you think about it, though. It is kind of cool. Why? Just unplug it.
So I was on Instacart, and I had
Oh, shocker.
I know, isn't it?
Are you trying to say Kim doesn't go get her own groceries?
I threw on the bus on Wednesday.
I heard.
Every day. I think just for that, I went and I worked out. And on the way home, I stopped at AJ's to get 2 turkey burgers and sushi, so that it was like I went to the supermarket.
I cooked.
She didn't cook. She went to the
No,
supermarket.
I did so. I grilled turkey burgers.
She
I thought you
grilled.
said you got prepared sushi.
Oh, I got that for Barry.
Oh, okay.
Because Barry said he didn't want turkey burgers.
No
'cause
one
he-
would want turkey burgers.
Anyway, that's disgusting. So I got him sushi. So then I made the turkey burgers, and he's looking at his sushi. He's like, those look pretty good. They look pretty good.
Oh.
Yeah, with the air fried tater tots. Oh my gosh, so good.
Love a tot.
All right, you're on Instacart.
Yeah. So and I'm having trouble because I was double charged for an item.
Okay.
Okay, so, but this is what it came back with. And so I was going back and forth with the Instacart saying, I got double charged, and we're just dealing with the chatbot. And the chatbot actually came back and said, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. But did you know that cats have 32 muscles in each ear?
Distraction. Look over here.
And I sat there and said, you're kidding me.
Don't laugh at that. Don't.
It's been a while.
It just encourages her.
I know, but
Everybody
it got me.
loves my jokes. People stop me on the street.
Anne? Was it Anne that stopped you on the street? This fictional person you made up out
No,
of nowhere?
Anne. There is an Anne.
There's definitely an Ann.
Oh,
That's a very
somewhere,
common
yeah.
name.
God, I think we're downsizing. Hey, just a quick reminder, make sure that you sign up for our free newsletter. You're going to love it. Right, Al? Give him a plug. Tell him you're going to love the newsletter.
You're going to love the newsletter. Seriously, we get so many comments from people who read it every single day. Kim, thank you for sending this. This is the best thing in my inbox. So
Go ahead. Sign up. Go to getkim.com. All right. It's Kim Komando Today. It's your fun podcast about all things right? Everything. We talk about everything under the sun.
99%. The other 1% is Allie puking in Mexico. But otherwise, it's all digital.
And my great jokes.
Great jokes.
They're just amazing. So during the pandemic,
Yeah.
I admit that I spent a lot of time on my Peloton.
That's a good thing to admit.
A lot of time on my Peloton.
she said it like it was
Yeah,
shameful.
that's not a negative.
Well,
because
Kim,
now,
I mean, it was trendy. You weren't
Yes.
alone. They sold
No.
millions of those things
Right.
during the pandemic.
Yes.
And they were upwards of $1,500, $2,000, depending on what model you got. Then the subscription fee on top of that, what is it?
40 bucks.
44
$40
bucks a month?
Yeah, it's $44 a month.
Oh, yeah, I think they even raised the price now. Yeah. So if you decided, hey, guess what? I'm done with this thing.
I got one upstairs.
Pandemic's over. I don't want it anymore. And you're going to put it on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. And you know what they're selling for on Facebook Marketplace right now?
Like $500.
Yeah, the basic one, the $1,500 Peloton, is selling for $300 to $400.
I got one on OfferUp for like $500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're lucky because Now Peloton is going to be charging a fee, almost $100 fee for any. It's very specific.
$100?
Yes,
That's
To
a
do
lot
what?
of money.
for a activation
Oh, brother.
of a used Peloton that was sold on the secondary market, not through Peloton or a licensed dealer.
Okay, that's a bunch of BS.
That is BS.
$100. Now they're saying this is so the onboarding this is what they're saying publicly.
Oh, shut up.
So the onboarding
It's so dumb.
There goes Peloton as a sponsor.
Listen, I use my Peloton. I love it. But, like, come on, you guys.
the quote was they want to make sure the onboarding process for the new client is as comfortable and seamless as possible. So they're charging this fee. But a couple weeks before, at a call about the profits, they said, we need to make more money, so we're slapping this fee on there. So if you buy it from Peloton, you won't have to pay the $100. And if you buy it from a licensed dealer, you won't have to pay it. But if you buy it from Kim, if she's going to sell the one that's upstairs,
I'll autograph it.
Oh, you could use one of those, like, silver pens.
Yes.
So nice.
would you sell it? Are you done with it?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yes, I am.
Do you
And
still
so-
pay the monthly fee?
No.
You canceled that already?
Canceled it. But I have a Peloton in Santa Barbara.
Okay.
So I got rid of the one here in Phoenix because the one here in Phoenix I actually had before the pandemic. I bought that thing in like 2017.
Oh, wow,
When they
okay.
first came out.
So it's the old one.
It's the old one, and the screen isn't good anymore. So they want like $300 to replace the screen.
Oh, okay. So it's
'Cause-
broken.
No, the screen works fine.
They
but
just don't support it.
But they don't support it anymore.
Oh,
and so
okay.
John, our IT genius, says, I can get around that, put another tablet on it. I'm like, okay, great. So that's why it's here. But then when I was in Santa Barbara, I was sitting there, I was looking at it, and it's like mocking me now. It's like you got taken.
Hey, chump, want to take a ride?
And I'm like, I'm not going near you.
Do you have, like, an association of, like, oh, this is the thing I was on when we had to be home? Like, do you have a hard time with it for that reason?
Yes,
that
I do.
makes a lot of sense.
I do. It's
Yeah.
like that was when I was confined. I couldn't do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
I couldn't go, hiking or whatever, because I'd be running. I would never forget I was running near the house and there were people coming towards me and they actually like walked across the street.
Yeah.
As I was running by and I'm
Right.
like,
I mean, I remember that. We were all
for sure.
scared.
Yeah.
I actually, this is the honest to God truth. Before the show, I wanted to go see if there was a list of other fees that are outrageous that get charged to Americans.
Great.
I found a website that had it behind a paywall.
that is funny.
I needed to pay $3.99 a month to get access.
So now I have a Nordic rower,
What is okay? Yeah,
I
okay.
love a rowing machine. I have one too.
Do you have to pay a subscription to that?
$42 a month.
What? Just so someone can say row.
Your boat.
row.
Your non-boat.
Wow. Do you
Yes.
like it?
I have such a bad case of ADHD or ADD. I don't even know what I have. I'm sure it's.
You get bored of it, though.
Yeah, I do. It's
Yeah.
like, and I set it for like 20 minutes, and I actually like go to myself like, okay, you can do this for 20 minutes.
Sure.
And then I'm like about 12 minutes, and then I'm like picking up my phone.
Rowing is hard, too, because you can't do anything else because you're so...
Yeah, on a bike you can do a ton of
Yes.
stuff.
Sure, yeah.
So I joined a gym.
Okay, you did.
Yes.
at you.
So I thought, because I'm trying to figure out like what machines that I should put in the fitness center at the house.
Okay.
Okay. And of course, Barry wants a treadmill, and I'm like, I told him, I said, we're gonna hang up your
Right.
dirty clothes. I mean, that's not gonna do anything. But he wants a treadmill. He swears he's gonna use it. Okay. And then but I really like the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, I like those, too.
Yeah, I like those a lot. And so that's why. So I'm going to the gym to try to figure all that out. And,
So once you've figured out what you want, you're going to cancel your gym membership?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. And I'm learning that I need to wear my wedding ring when I go to work out.
It's the number one place where men and women meet in America. Besides online, the number one place
Is
the
it?
gym.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Well, and I do notice a trend. As far as like the younger women wear like the bike shorts and the sports bras, and then you notice then like crop shirts,
Yeah.
and then like long shirts with so it's with like long pants.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing probably bike shorts and a crop top.
Okay.
I mean,
You fit right in.
Yeah.
I do, and I can pull it off. If I couldn't,
No one was doubting it. Who are you arguing with?
I mean, if I couldn't
The
pull it,
haters.
yes, if I couldn't pull it off, I would. But so I think I'm probably not. And like I was gonna go to the gym last night, and I went there, and there was no parking spots. I'm
Oh,
like,
come
this
on.
is stupid.
This is why we work out at home.
And they had a valet, so I thought, well, okay, because I can't find a spot in the parking lot, I'll valet it.
Right.
Okay. So I go to valet my car, and the guy looks at me and goes, $40.
What?
I said, $40? And he said, yeah, it's $40. And he said, for us to keep it up here, or it's $30 if we park it not in front here. And I said, $30?
Plus you have to
$40?
tip.
$50 to go to the gym that you already
That
paid
you
for.
already paid for, exactly.
So I went to AJ's and I bought turkey burgers.
There we go. Problem solved.
All right, make sure that you go ahead and sign up for our free newsletter over at getkim.com. Now, there's a trick. If you want to get the newsletter and also enter to win a brand new iPhone 16 and be the cool kid on the block, that's where you go to winfromkim.com. Once again, that's winfromkim.com. All right, it's Kim Komando today. What this means is that you need to help us trick out big tech's algorithms, because big tech controls what you see in your inbox and what you see on YouTube and on podcasts. And so what we need you to do is to make sure that you go ahead and subscribe.
Thank you. Perfect.
Not weird at all.
No.
Totally normal delivery.
Seamless.
That's a good segue.
It looks like you saw a mouse.
Whoa.
And if you are listening to the audio version of this podcast, we love you for that. And you can always watch the video version if you want anytime. Head over to youtube.com/Kim Komando. That's youtube.com/Kim Komando, where, I don't know if you noticed, but we are getting close to that 100,000 subscriber mark.
Each day, creeping a
So
little
cool.
closer.
Do you know how many YouTube channels have 100,000 subscribers?
Oh, I don't know. I would think a good handful. 2%, 3%?
It's like 0.05%.
Oh
Get
my
out of here.
gosh.
Yeah, it's so for you to actually get to 100,000, and because we were having dinner with some clients, and they said, God, your YouTube channel's big, and I was like, I didn't really think so. I mean,
Right.
I said, really, you think? I said, for me, it seems pretty low because we got like our cume's like 6 million, and we only got like
Right.
80,000 people on a YouTube channel. It's like, no, he was the one who gave me that stat.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll get one of those fancy plaques.
Million.
1 million?
Yeah, million subscribers.
They can't pony up for a plaque before 1 million. That's nuts.
I think you
We
get
can make our own for 100,000.
We can. And we will.
It's going to be a piece of cardboard. Just this way to go.
100,000. All right, so photos.
Photos. Google. I use an Android phone. I got a Pixel. I use Google Photos. They have been sending me so many of those, like, want to make a photo book with your pictures? I don't want to make a photo book. Stop trying to sell me stuff, Google. But it made me click in my email the other day over to the Google Photos website, because normally I'm just looking at my phone, this tiny little screen, to see all my pictures. And I forgot how great it is to go look at your pictures on a computer, and you can like sort them, find things so much easier than like this tiny little screen, right? So for an Android, you go to photos.google.com. You can do it on the iCloud website too if you have an iPhone.
You just gave me a panic attack.
Why?
Because I have probably 4,000 photos on Shutterfly. And for Shutterfly to keep your photos,
Yeah.
You have to buy something.
you just have to access the account once
Oh,
a
you
year.
have
Have you
done
done
it?
it?
No, that's why I had a panic attack.
You know what? That happened to me. I lost a crap load of photos on Shutterfly.
Oh, no.
And I even called like the PR person, like, pulled out like, hey, I'm Kim Komando. Can you help me out? They're like, no, they're gone.
They're definitely going to be gone.
No.
Yeah, I'll check when I get home. and
Okay, well,
see.
this is our friendly reminder to all of you. If you have photos in all these different places, gather them into one,
Yeah.
so you don't have to worry about them. But it reminded me, and that's actually a really good segue, because my best friend, she had the dog that she grew up with, basically. She got him in her 20s. It was her first dog that was her dog. He passed away a couple years ago. And all the pictures of him as a puppy, she lost because they were on a phone that she hadn't backed up.
Okay.
So I was in there. I knew this like vaguely in the back of my mind. I was in there. And you know the section where you can look for people's specific faces or pets.
Right.
Okay, so I had all those, and I saw the dog, Noah, and I clicked on it, and I had all these pictures of Noah when he was little.
Oh, that's sweet.
And you sent him to her?
So I sent him to her. She was absolutely
Did you charge her for
thrilled.
them?
$3.99. She was so happy. And it
Excellent.
just reminded me, like, we have all these pictures on our phone that we never interact with. We only really see them on this little screen. But there are probably so many memories in all of our phones and all of our albums that, like, think about how happy you can make someone just sending those.
I do that.
Yeah, but there's also the
downside,
reverse.
yes.
Because I went on Apple to look up my backed up photos, and there's screenshots of
Oh,
like
for sure.
concert I thought about going to 6.5 years ago.
Absolutely.
Like they back up everything.
They do back up everything, and it's hard to find it. That's why I love that little people and pets so
Right.
much. So if you go to those pages, and you can do it on your phone or on a computer, but it'll show you the little face. There's one for Kim. There's not one for you, because I don't think I've taken pictures of you
Fair enough.
yet.
I don't have one from you either.
It's because he's Ohio.
So Ohio.
They don't use it.
But if you name them, then it's really easy to find the stuff you care about, right?
Right.
So definitely go and do that. And if you haven't messed with your pictures on a computer in a long time, it made me feel like the good old days of, Picasa or whatever, where you could actually see what you
Picasa,
have.
that was a great product.
They don't support that
No,
anymore?
No, they got rid of
It's
it.
been a long time. Google bought it and was like, meh,
We don't need it.
nah.
Yeah, but that was a great product.
It was great.
I still have people saying like,
I know.
you advertise. We used to advertise Picasso when it first came out. And
Oh,
like,
that's funny.
And they still remember that. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I don't,
Picasa and Google Reader. Those are two Google products that I
Are gone forever.
miss. I miss.
Yeah, no, photos are really, it is something to go back. I mean, especially like, you look at your kids, how much they grow in such a short amount of time. You're like, whoa.
I know my sister-in-law, her oldest son, my nephew, just moved to college. He's going to school in San Diego. So she sent me a picture of him in his dorm room, and I sent her back. I went back and was like, I'm pretty sure I have a picture of him on his first day of school. And I did. It was him with his little backpack. Yeah. So it was a nice little moment.
So where do you store all your photos?
Google Photos.
Okay, so
Yep.
was that the one you recommend the best?
That's my favorite. I think if you're using an Android phone, it's the best. The search is great because it's Google and it works really well. I think it's a natural fit if you have an iPhone to be in iCloud.
Do you pay for Google Photos?
I do. I pay for extra storage.
Okay.
It's like $2.
Yeah.
It's
then
worth it.
Then it's like $5, and when that fills up, it's like $7, and then it'll be $44.
So you don't, when I ask me, you don't care? Is that the way you are?
Are you have zero patience on the planet to let me finish the conversation with her before I transition to you?
Yeah, of her. You had to go to her.
What do you use, Kim?
I use iCloud.
Do you pay for extra
God.
storage?
Thank God I asked her.
I use iCloud and Google Photos.
Do you double up?
I double up.
You send them both?
No, because the way that I have it working is that if I put it in iCloud, it automatically goes to Google Photos too.
And do you do that so that you always have a backup in case
Yes.
something happens? That's very smart.
Yes.
Well, then I'm glad I asked you.
You better go to Shutterfly.
They're going to be gone. There's no doubt in my
Did I tell you
mind.
about Shutterfly with my mom?
No.
Okay, so my mother had a whole bunch of stuff on Shutterfly, and she went through this stage like where she was like the family photographer. I mean, really, and she was doing a great job. So one day I go over to her house and I said, "What's going on?" Because she said, "I need your help. I need you to look at my computer, see if what I'm doing wrong with the photos." And I'm standing there in her house. I said, "What's wrong?" She goes, Superfly. I said, Superfly. She goes, Superfly stole my photos. And I said, what are you talking about with Superfly? She's like, it's Superfly. I don't know what happened. My photos are gone. And I said, do you mean Shutterfly? She's like, Superfly, Shutterfly, all these big tech companies suck.
That's so good.
Superfly stole my photos.
Superfly stole your photos.
We'll find out.
All right, just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure that you sign up for our free newsletter because you can just be tech smart and you'll be tech ahead, not tech left behind in the dust. Because if you don't know what's going on in the tech world today, you are really out of luck. I mean, think about that. If you don't know what's happening in the tech industry,
Superfly may take all your photos.
I'm going to put that in the newsletter.
Don't let Superfly take
No,
your
seriously.
photos.
Yeah,
yes,
it's not
don't
just
let
you.
Superfly do that. Don't.
She got all serious.
I feel bad. You're going to lose all the
I know
pictures
that
of your
sucks.
kids.
It's been 2 years since I've accessed it.
Oh.
They are guaranteed gone.
Well, maybe your ex-wife has them.
No, I was responsible for it.
Oh, you were? I was wondering why you got divorced.
Because he never logs into
That's not going to be a
Superfly.
fun conversation either.
We'll just play her the podcast.
Decades. Yeah. Go listen to the podcast today. I'm also turning off my phone. If you live in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and you went to the polls to vote for mayor,
Okay.
you would have seen the name Victor Miller on the ballot.
Victor Miller?
Victor
Yes.
Miller. Okay.
You're not voting for Victor, though.
No.
Victor was actually a meat surrogate for the real candidate running for mayor. An AI chatbot that he created that was Vic, went by Vic, and he was running for mayor.
Yeah.
And he would promise that if Vic wins, the chatbot, all the decisions would be made by the AI.
Okay.
He would present them with everything that's being requested or asked, every decision, every veto, anything he had to pass would be presented, and he would just regurgitate what the chatbot said. He was a surrogate. The election was this week, and unfortunately, he only got 397 votes.
Almost 400 people voted for AI.
Yes.
That's kind of nuts.
That's how he's spinning it, though.
Yeah.
He's
frightening.
saying, his quote was, I only have like 3 or 4 friends. So these definitely had to be people
I only have 3 or 4 friends.
that were voting for the idea of AI making decisions for them. He got obliterated. The incumbent had like 10,000 votes. So he wasn't even close. But he's seeing it as a positive that we're looking at the future, that we're going to let AI make our decisions, change our dates on when projects are
I know.
due.
I was just thinking about that. Imagine if you did
Yeah.
have like an AI mayor.
Then he could say, you know what? Actually, President's Day is going to be 4 Tuesdays from now.
Could
Because I'm just
gaslight
not
the
ready.
whole place. That's
I just
scary.
don't like it. I don't like
So
it
is
at
it
all.
a bad thing or a good thing that 400 people wanted AI to be the mayor?
Bad thing.
Some people just want to watch it all burn.
Or some people just think like the gimmick.
Sure.
That's what they're voting for.
Or it definitely could be I don't like the incumbent, so I'm just going to vote for whoever.
I've
Yeah.
done that.
Yeah.
But not vote for it. I write myself in.
You do?
Yes. So this way, I get like 1 vote. You know?
Kim Komando and Vic have about 300 votes total.
One year, I used to work in political talk radio. And one year, the election guy came in. I can't even remember the name of the position. I've been so disconnected from it. But he came in to congratulate me because I got 7
You got 7
votes
votes.
for Secretary of State.
No kidding.
Yeah, 7 write-ins.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
It was also people who, again, I hate the system, so I'm just going to write some stupid
But
idiot's
how nice
name in
that
there.
7 people thought of you.
On election day.
That's
It was
beautiful.
nice.
That's
Maybe,
nice.
you know what? I'll vote for you.
Really?
Yeah.
For president?
No.
Oh.
That's too
Okay.
important.
We're going to have to end on a really funny joke. You ready for this?
I'm prepared.
Okay. The mayor of a town gets turned into a horse. So now he's known as the mayonnaise.
I don't get it.
The mayor. I don't know.
Nays.
Mayor.
Oh, like,
nays.
okay, now I get it.
See?
You know mayonnaise. Cool.
See? Now you're laughing.
Her joke. Her joke.
I just said
Don't
the
take
word.
credit for that laugh. That is not
I
yours.
set her up.
Kim set me up.
If
This was a
I
whole
didn't
bit.
have this, she couldn't have had that.
She's technically
Thank
she's right.
God for Kim Komando. No, mayonnaise. I don't think you read that right.
All right.
We're done?
Yeah. Thanks for being here, everybody. We appreciate you.
See you Monday.